Hello, and welcome back to my channel. You might be asking yourself a few questions. The first question is probably, I thought this was an automotive channel, not a commentary one, and yes, you are correct, but I don't care. You're also probably wondering, what's this video? Where were you for like 3 months? And, I wasn't here, but I'm going on a road trip. And I haven't filmed in a while, and I figured this is a good opportunity to do so. I'm not going to film where I'm going, but we are going to pick up a rare Japanese domestic market part for my Miata, which you will see in the future. By the way, I don't know if this is clear or not. This is just a prop. This isn't even like you can't, this isn't, it's not even fucking plugged in. Now, you will see that in another video, but for the time being, I figured that I would take you along with that journey. Also, I've never road tripped in my brand new car since I've had it, and I did recently install a tune on it. Yes, it is a fart tune. It does crack and pop. I know. You don't have to spread the hate comments. I know. I already know what you're going to say. I've heard it before, but I don't care. It's my car, and if I want my car to sound like shit, I'll have it sound like shit. But I think it sounds good, which might be part of the problem, but doesn't matter. Moving on. I figured it would be nice to bring you guys along with me, as well as maybe help me practice my filming for the future, because I do have a lot planned for this year, a lot of car road trip things that I think will be pretty interesting, and I want to try to do a new approach to that, so this is that. Also, I forgot to get the background going. Last time in the background, I had a DVD bumping back and forth. I also didn't know what to do for a background video or a background, so I just put this on my PC. Anyways, you know, haha, nostalgia, whatever, but this time, I have a fucking, somebody's dog. I don't know whose dog that is, but it's actually 30 minutes of silence that is randomly broken up by some sort of sound effect, so I'll go ahead and start it for you. Let me actually blast it so you can probably hear it. Volume 80 is probably good. And that's pretty much it. So I'm going on this road trip tomorrow, which technically is today. It's currently 12:40 at night. In the morning? No, it's nighttime. It's at night. No, it's in the morning. No, that's at night. So, anyways, I'm not really 100% sure what to say. I just wanted to bring you guys with me and try to have some fun. And remember that it's about the journey, not the destination. We're gonna be fine. They aren't that bad, but they are definitely maybe below the legal limit. No fucking way that just happened. Also, I'm not going to reveal exactly what the part is until the next video, or show it off until the next video, so, yeah. You just have to wait. You're just going to have to wait. Alright, so, I just got gas. I just pulled off because I thought that I was recording and I was going to do a time-lapse, but I wasn't, so I think I'm going to skip the time-lapse for now. But, oh, I've already gone down 10 miles in my range. Maybe I should stop driving like an asshole. Also, I'm not sure if I mentioned this when I was at my house, but I actually want to do a full review of how I think this car did on a road trip, because, one, I've never really heard anybody talk about how this did on a road trip, at least super in-depth, which is what I want to try to do. The reason for that is because I've never road tripped anything this nice before. The only car I've really road tripped that I've driven myself is the Miata. That thing is pretty analog. You know, you don't get full adaptive systems. You don't get the best gas mileage. You get better gas mileage, but you don't get the best gas mileage because, you know, it's a Miata. They don't really get the greatest gas mileage in the first place. Currently, I have 28.4 miles per gallon. I want to see if this goes up at all. I have a feeling that it will. This actually went down. I usually get 28.7, and then I installed a tune, and then now it gets 28.4, 28.3. So not a huge difference, but I definitely can notice that I am filling up. Oh my gosh. I'm not sure what else needs to be said. I think I said everything for now. If I think of anything else, I'll let you know, but I will see you guys in just a little bit. Alright, so you guys are probably wondering how the Mazda 3 did on the road trip. It is, by the way, like a week later. Maybe I should move my microphone so it doesn't get caught up with the seatbelt. Maybe I'll just put it on the seatbelt. There you go, you can't see it. So, while I head to my location to get B-roll before the sun sets so I can have this video out sometime later on this week. Now, what you currently heard, if you heard it at all, I don't know if the microphone picked it up, but this car on startup is extremely loud. Way too loud for a daily. We'll go into that in a minute. But first, let's talk about how the car did on the road trip. And the car did great. The car did absolutely fantastic. In terms of MPG, when I left, it had 28.4 miles per gallon as an average. And when I came back, the car got a whopping 28.4 miles per gallon. Ignore that this is a voiceover, and ignore that I'm revving on a Corvette. I just revved my stock Mazda 3 on a Corvette. How does that make you feel? I'm joking, of course. Well, no, I did rev on the Corvette, but the reason that I'm getting that gas mileage is because of the dirty, the nasty crackle and pop tune that is barely existent on this car. It is very subtle, but it still does hinder my gas mileage, albeit by allegedly an average of 0.3 miles to the gallon. What does feel like a lot more, what I do feel like I'm filling up maybe once a week when I used to fill up maybe once every 2 weeks. That's a stretch. With that tune, I'm sacrificing the daily ability of this car. Besides the gas mileage, even if we look past the gas mileage, the only bad thing that I have to say about this car during that road trip is the fact that it was boring. I didn't know what to do with myself. I mean, maybe it's just coming from a car that was kind of annoying and I had to constantly monitor literally everything while driving, coming into a car that pretty much monitors the road for me. Obviously, I can't expect the Miata out of this car. This is my daily driver. This is what I drive to and from work every day. I know that I have modded this car, and some of that is just simply not tasteful. This is my daily driver, and I have a pretty loud exhaust. It's not annoying when I drive it. I have had people obviously say stuff to me about it. There have been times with this car where I have looked at it and gone onto Cork Sports website or wherever and been like, hey, that's a cool thing I should install. You know, let me purchase that. That would benefit this. That would benefit that. But then again, buying those things will take away from how this thing performs as a daily driver and how its luxuries from factory will no longer work on the road. Now, originally, when I bought this car, everybody wants a daily driver that they can have fun with, but that's not always the most practical. You know, sometimes you're gonna need gas mileage. Hold on, let me change out my battery before this thing just like completely dies. We can talk about what I currently have done to this car. I have the paddle shifters I installed so that way I could be able to have my hands on the wheel and also downshift or upshift the car when I'm spirit driving it. But I spirit drive on back roads, so constantly the wheel will be turned left and right, which is why I have the extenders on. But with the extenders, now I have to worry about my paddles breaking off because they're made of plastic, and there's no other way around that. And then we can go back to the exhaust that I have. It's loud because I wanted to hear my car, and I wanted others to be able to hear my car. I wanted people to know that, hey, I'm not just a normal daily driver, I also enjoy cars. But there's a point when it starts to become a little weird, a little out of touch, and just downright ricey. I'm not saying that my exhaust is ricey. Yes, it is louder, and yes, people have come to me about it being super loud. Does that mean I'll get rid of it? Probably not. I like how my car sounds. It's not super loud, but it definitely is not stock. And then we'll go back to the biggest thing of them all. When I was browsing online and I was looking at tunes for the Mazda 3, actually I think I was looking at something else from Cork Sport, and I came across VersaTune and I realized, wow, that's a flash tune. All I have to do is simply hook my computer up and install that. And so I did it. I paid the 150 bucks, bought the base, tuner software, and started uploading it to my car and thought nothing else of it. Didn't think about how this is going to affect me getting to work. I knew it would affect the gas mileage, but I didn't care. I wanted more power. But
that power is only useful when you're racing your car. But something you have to remember is even with that stage 1 tune, you're getting more power, but you're still not going to be as fast as Mazda Speed Miata, or even something like the turbo Mazda 3s. You know, you're only pushing closer to 200 wheel horsepower, and you're not even making that. I could keep going on and on about that, but I'll do you one even better. I will link in the description a Gears and Gasoline video that talks about just that exact same thing, even more in depth. One last thing, you're probably not going to be seeing much more of this car because of that. This is my daily driver, and that's just how it is. Alright, so really quickly, to just answer that question, do I think that this car is boring? No, not at all. I mean, yes, it is my daily. It's a great car. It's something that you can daily drive, but you can also spirit drive on the back roads or anywhere really if you want to. And if this car really was as boring or as uninteresting as it may seem on the outside, then there wouldn't be such a massive community of people that want to constantly modify and improve these vehicles to do some fun track days or even just some small spirit driving on back roads. But regardless of that, I know that this video has been super all over the place and doesn't really even have a point to it or even a deeper meaning. Originally, I was just going to make a road trip video, but that just didn't end up working. I'm sorry that this video is mostly just me talking. In the future, I promise when we go on road trips, they're going to actually be about road trips. If you want to, you're more than welcome to go and follow me on my Instagram. I'll go ahead and link it down in the description. I do ask you guys for opinions on videos. That way you guys can have more input and things like that. I'll go ahead and I'll link my main Instagram, which is where I'm most active, and my second Instagram, which is just for Duck, the Miata. If you guys want to, you're more than welcome to follow me over there. You get to have more input on the videos, and you get to communicate with me directly, and also see what I'm working on when I'm working on it. But with all of that being said, I believe that's everything. I will see you all in the next video. Peace out, and thank you so much for watching. Bye.